For years, the race to build powerful AI had one very expensive entrance. Most of the world stood in line, ready to write a check. Nvidia was not just selling chips, they were selling access to ambition. If you wanted to train the next big model, or just look serious to investors, you needed their hardware. But Alibaba's latest move is more than just a new chip. It is a new road entirely. It is a side road built to bypass that expensive toll booth. They are building everything at once: the chip, the rack, the cloud, the model, and even gathering the customers. And once a bypass exists, even a slightly bumpier one, the owner of the main toll booth suddenly has a negotiation problem. Let's explore how this new route came to be. The interesting thing about this story is that it does not begin in some advanced research lab. It starts with something much more familiar: online shopping. Alibaba's first major AI chip in 2019, the Hanguang 800, was built to solve very specific Alibaba problems. Think about the challenges of a massive online marketplace: product search, translation, advertising, and customer service. For example, Alibaba reported that a massive image categorization task on their Taobao platform, which involved sorting 1 billion product images a day, went from taking an hour to just 5 minutes using their custom chip. This detail is important. It shows that Alibaba did not just decide to compete with Nvidia overnight. They had a giant marketplace, a giant cloud, and consequently giant computing bills. At first, building their own silicon was about improving their profit margins. But then, international export controls turned this efficiency project into a strategic one. And that is how a cost-saving measure becomes a piece of geopolitical infrastructure. Here is where the story gets more complex than a simple contest of, "My chip is faster than your chip." Alibaba's new Zhenwu M890 accelerator boasts 144 gigabytes of memory and an inter-chip bandwidth of 800 gigabytes per second. But raw power or muscle is not the whole picture anymore. Today's advanced AI agents need memory, not just muscle. Think of these agents as incredibly capable interns. They do not just answer one question and stop. They remember context, use different software tools, and coordinate complex steps over long periods. To support these demanding workflows, Alibaba also introduced a full rack system called the Panjiu AL128 and a new model, Qwen 3.7 Max. So the real question is not whether the M890 can beat the best Western chips in a short sprint. The more critical question is whether Alibaba can offer a complete system that is available, integrated, and good enough for Chinese companies to build their futures on. This brings us to a crucial point that is often missed in the headlines. The claim here is not that Nvidia's dominance is finished. A more accurate and uncomfortable truth is that Alibaba may not need to beat Nvidia globally to completely change the game locally. Alibaba's Zhenwu product line has reportedly already delivered over 560,000 units. It serves more than 400 enterprise clients across 20 different industries. This shows that they are not just demonstrating a lab experiment, they are selling a real product family that is gaining customers. And that customer base creates its own gravity. If you are a Chinese company, and your entire AI strategy depends on chips that could be restricted by politics, a domestic alternative starts to look less like a compromise and more like insurance. It is like choosing a local restaurant that you know will always be open, over a famous restaurant where you might not be allowed in the door. Essentially, US export controls, while making Nvidia more valuable, also made them seem more replaceable in the minds of many business leaders. Alibaba is not just selling a chip. They are selling a reliable Plan B, with a cloud subscription attached. The next era of AI might not be decided by who has the absolute fastest chip, but by who controls the road you need to travel to use it.